We have some pretty cool images that we haven't made public yet that we're trying to figure out.
Give them up to
If
dad.
it's,
Come on.
if it's responsible to do
I'm
so.
responsible.
Yeah.
I need. You don't want to go to
to
jail.
I need to be responsible. That
Right. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. That was what was interesting in talking to people like Christopher Mellon, too, where they describe things that haven't been released that people have
Satellite
seen.
imagery.
Yeah.
Straight up. That
Yeah.
exists. Like clear as day.
Like the best footage.
So what is it going to do for you if let's say the government puts out an image from a satellite platform that they're allowed to tell us about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see a craft. The first thing the internet's going to do is going to say that's fake. You know, that's what's going to happen. One image, one video is never going to do anything. It's not going to.
It would be nice, though. It would be nice to see something crystal clear.
Agreed.
Like even the Batman balloon. It's like, okay, I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah.
100%.
It's pretty far away. Cell phones are pretty good, but maybe the guy had a Samsung, like one of them old ones.
But remember, we can make fun of one image and we can say that one image, we don't like that image. But when you take into consideration how everything has structurally changed for our fighter pilots, where because they're engaging these, they're not just taking a photo, it's on their ASA, it's on their collective AI radar.
They pick it up on sensors and then they go in and get closer
and try to see it.
So whatever this thing was, like the Batman balloon, how big was that supposedly?
I think it's 40 feet across, I think.
Oh,
and
gosh.
then
Hold on.
That same flight, by the way, shot 3 of them. 3 objects, all 3 different shapes, all 3 in the same flight path off of Oceania.
So they got video of all these?
They shot photos of them.
Because that's legal to put out, you know, it's like on their own cell
phones. Is that
phones.
the best one, though?
No, I like the metallic blimp with payload.
Yeah.
That one was part of an official representation of what people should look out for, and why the payload is important is because that's how they determine if they're going to shoot at it. So if you're overseas and there's an unidentified and you see another country firing upon it, you're like, okay, it's definitely not theirs because they're firing on it. The U.S., well, I say the U.S., a collaborative group of countries like Five Eyes, right, have fired on these things based on 2 things. One, proximity to ground troops. If you're like 27, 37 miles away from ground troops, they're blowing it up. Second thing is, if it appears to have a payload, fire on it.
Oh, because then you can get whatever they're carrying around.
They don't want it to be a bomb coming in.
We got these fighter pilots better cell phones.
I agreed.
You know, like what's the best zoom? Is it the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra?
Yeah, but the problem is when you start zooming, especially if they're moving, you have to be so stable.
That
They're flying at like 300.
Yeah, they're flying
Don't a
thousands
lot of
miles
those
an
have
hour.
image stability now?
Yeah, but again, once you're zooming in, it becomes
doesn't work?
Yeah, it's like a math problem of like the farther you
I
zoom
see.
in, the more stabilization you need.
What is the best zoom one though?
I mean, they technically have a 100x zoom, but
The,
again,
the Galaxy?
yeah.
It's good. Well, at least that seems like a better option than whatever the fuck they're using.
But also, I mean, whatever this is, they don't necessarily like want to be seen. Like that's the thing. It's hard to accept.
They don't want to be seen, but they're tracking them with jets. If they can just take off at insane rates of speed, wouldn't they just do that? If they have all this footage of these things, it's obvious that they're being seen.
Yeah.
They must know they're being seen.
Yeah.
Right.
That was
Well,
the
they
thing
sit
that
there for
Fravor said.
days at a time. They sit there off the East Coast.
Right.
Days.